Blah, 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 blah. Greetings, dear friends and listeners. Solo pod this time. So, we're at one of the retirement communities. Me, my mom, my stepdad, and we're checking out the clubhouse. So they got a pool and billiards and a library and a little movie room and all sorts of. It's a hub of activity, a banquet hall. Lots of fun stuff to do there. We're checking it out. We're prospective tenants. So we're just having a look-see around. And right next to the front desk, there's a coffee machine. The kind where you walk up, grab a cup, press a few buttons, and coffee starts squirting out. It's not a Keurig. It's bigger. It's like the size of a Coke Freestyle machine, or just a vending machine around that size. And on the machine, it has a sign that says, "Coffee for residents only." Okay, so my mom walks over there, and she's like, "Oh, free coffee." And my mom doesn't take no for an answer, but she was just looking at it, and she was approaching it, getting closer with the intention of grabbing some coffee, but she hadn't done anything yet. And all of a sudden, there was an older couple also just milling around in the lobby with us, or around us, or whatever, in the same vicinity, the same area. And so my mom's like, "Oh, free coffee! Wow, this is nice. Look, Curtis, free coffee." And so but she hasn't done anything. She's approaching the machine with the intent to grab a cup of coffee, but she hasn't done anything. All of a sudden, this other couple, Indian couple, whatever, and I would do his accent, but because I believe it paints a better picture to the story, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to get canceled. But you can imagine it, and if you subscribe to our Patreon feed, I will do a full reenactment with his accent. So, guy comes over, beelines it straight to the coffee machine, straight to my mom, and he goes, "You are not allowed to get this coffee. This coffee is for residents only. That is not how it works here. You are not a resident. You cannot have this coffee. This coffee is not for you." And I was like, holy crap. Now, also adding into the mix was the realtor that we were with, Realtor A. And so I was like, what the heck, bro? Like, you want to tussle? You want to throw down? You want to throw some hands up in the senior citizen clubhouse? I'll go around with you, a round or two, okay? I could take you. Mr. Indian man in his 70s. But so right away, I was just like, what the hell? Shocked at his demeanor. And so, but the realtor was there, and realtors are the fakest people on the planet, and they never want to offend anyone. They never want to cause controversy, and this senior citizen community is a gold mine to her. So she was trying to like calm nerves and trying to usher us out of the scene to a different location in the clubhouse. But I was just like, I put up my hands. Like I wasn't gonna strike him or anything, or do anything violent. But I was just like, I put up the hands to be like, dude, you need to calm down. You need to simmer down. And I was so close to telling him to shut the fuck up and leave my mom alone. But the realtor lady, that would have been a bad look. They would have blackballed her. They would have put her on the blacklist, or the white list, or the bad list, the commie list, like McCarthyism. And she wouldn't have been able to drum up any business there for decades. But I was this close to flipping the hell out on this old fart. Okay. And so, calmer heads prevailed. We went to our respective corners in the ring, And my mouth was agape. I was just aghast at what had happened. And then old Indian guy starts going after the front desk gal. And she was just kind of taking it all in. She probably didn't care that my mom was going to get coffee, wasn't going to get coffee. She's just looking forward to her break and her lunch and then her second break and then to be able to go home. But Indian guy starts going after front desk gal. You should not. Okay, this is him. You should not be letting her get coffee. She is not allowed to get a coffee. She is not a resident here. That is not the way things work. You should have stepped in. You should have said something to her. You should have not let her get coffee. And I was just like, what the hell, dude? And so again, I was this close to telling him to fuck off and get a fucking life. But I just, for my dignity, for my mom, for Realtor A, I was like, just calm your nerves, walk away from this situation, George McFly. So he eventually skedaddled wherever the hell he went, and I went up to the receptionist gal, a younger lady, late teens, it seemed like, early 20s. And I was like, I'm sorry for what just happened. I said that guy had no right to talk to you. No right to talk. What he said to my mom was completely out of bounds. And then to go after you was just super in the wrong. Hecka messed up. And I just apologized for that whole scene. She was like, okay, no problem. And she was a nice gal. But yeah, man, I was ready to throw some bows like I used to up in the club. Okay, I never threw bows up in the club, but it was a good Ludacris song, was it not? So Grandma Tian's first time at the condo. This is the condo she gave us a lavish down payment for. She gifted us with a nice chunk of change so we could move in here. This is the condo that Grandma Tian built. It was her first time visiting. Thought she had a lovely time. The weather sucked. It was hot. It was 104 on Saturday. It's too hot. It's too hot to go anywhere. It's too hot to do anything. It's too hot to touch each other. We can't get out of the car and walk anywhere because it's too dang hot. So that was terrible, but whatever. And I printed up an itinerary for her. Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. Breakfast, 9 a.m. Costco, 10 a.m. Realtor B, and she appreciated that. And anytime she had questions or wanted to do something impromptu, impulsive, I said, how about we adhere to the schedule? Food for their hotel room. Got them a bunch of water, lemon lime Gatorade, a couple Asian chopped salad kits. And then I said, hey, does Grandpa Curtis want any Doritos? And my mom said, no junk food allowed. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. If I want to give my stepdad, Grandpa Curtis, junk food, I will give him junk food. Got him a couple bags of Doritos. One of them was the off-brand Walmart Great Value version of Doritos, but it sufficed. It did the trick. So yeah, and my mom's always on him about eating, and what's he eating, and eating too much, and I was just like, okay, you guys are old. Why do you care? Why do you continue to care? And my mom brought up fast food coupons. She brought up coupons for Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box and Subway, and they were all within walking distance of her hotel. But again, it was too dang hot to walk anywhere and to drive there, and it was just miserable. The heat was miserable. Was not in the mood to drive down the street, which would seem ridiculous to just from some fast food. I got him a DoorDash Sunday. I got him Grubhub on Sunday afternoon because we went to the Vietnamese place and in South Sac, and my mom was like, oh, I want to get a banh mi. She didn't get a banh mi, just slipped her mind, or we forgot, or whatever. So I got him Grubhub, couple banh mi's, and some spring rolls from Kodo 2, which is a Vietnamese place in Natomas. My mom said it hit the spot. One other thing about my mom eating is, so we go to my aunt's house and she puts out cookies. And of course she has to say, I never eat these cookies. And it's like, okay, I didn't need to know that. I don't really care. I've noticed that with my mom too. It's like, I barely eat. I don't eat after 3. I don't indulge. I don't even enjoy food anymore. I'm just a simple gal with very little. I ask for very little. They find ways to express how like humble they are, or how modest they are, or just how little pleasure they need to subsist in life. It's odd to me. But so my mom's sister, my aunt, had bought some cookies from Costco, and she puts them out. And my mom grabs the white chocolate cookie, and she proceeds to eat the white chocolate chips. And then she gives the rest of the cookie to her husband, Grandpa Curtis. And I was like, you're just giving him crumbles of a cookie. And she's like, well, I like what I like. And then Kurt just eats the rest. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. If Carolyn handed me crumbs of a cookie, I'd be like, okay, how about we just throw this out? Let's get to what's really important. Me, I didn't get a haircut on Monday, but Carolyn was kind enough to grace me with a haircut Thursday morning, 5:30 a.m. To pick up my mom, greet my mom at the airport. I was wearing my new Vans with corduroy, my Santa Cruz taco shop tee, and red Abercrombie & Fitch shorts. Oh yeah, I was styling. Oh, the Santa Cruz taco shop is Taco Las Palmas Taqueria, something like that. I didn't shave my face. I should have shaved my face. I did shave my chest. I didn't get Carolyn to shave my back. I just didn't get around to it. And I didn't lift the entire weekend. I used to be strong. I used to lift, but not no mo. Had a couple big things of bird poop on my car. I wiped them with the Clorox wipe. I wanted to do a full car wash, but I just didn't have time. I scraped the tartar from my bottom front teeth. It was a lovely, lovely experience. And in that week, I lost 14 pounds from Saturday to Friday. So, yeah. And I seen here in my notes that I've gained back 8 of those pounds. Well, you can't win them all. Going back to us being super hot. While vacuuming, before I picked her up, I was sweating, just vacuuming the house. It was that hot. It was no fun. My mom got the early check-in. So most hotels you ask for early check-in, they're like, yeah, early check-in. $2.59. Yeah, come on, check in. But we checked her in at noon. I was like, nice. Why not the prorated early check-in? My plane gets in at 7 a.m. Can I check in at 8 a.m.? Oh, sure. That's 7 hours before your check-in, but it's $15 and you're paying $15 an hour, so you'll be charged 15 times 7, $105. How's that? That sounds great. Why not the early check-in? Why not the prorated check-in? They got housekeeping going 24/7. They don't rent every single room every single night. There's a clean room ready to roll at all times. I think more hotels should look into that. Also, the prorated checkout. Yeah, I can stay here till 11, but I want to get on the road at 5 a.m. So how about you charge me a little less since I'm checking out 6 hours early? Anyways, I got 91 octane gas for my car, because there's nothing like, because my mom deserves the best, okay? But normally I'm an 87 octane girly. Carolyn likes 91. I think it's a waste of money, but that's just my opinion. You know what? She's in cahoots with Big Oil, Big Chevron, Big Exxon. My mom's plane getting here was late. Okay, whatever. So I'm on my way to the airport. It says the plane's gonna land at 9:16. So I figure I leave here at 9. Takes about 20 minutes, and obviously they got to get from the gate to the pickup area. So I leave here at 9, expecting to get at the airport 9:20, and then 9:25, 9:30, I'll just zoom in and pick them up. But at 9:10, my mom is texting me, and I'm like, wait, you're still in the air? You're texting me while flying? And she said, yeah. And I was like, what? I didn't think that was possible. I know it's not possible when you're 30,000 feet in the air, but I guess when you're 1,800 feet in the air, you get service again. I don't know. And I was like, this is weird. And plus, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be texting airplane mode, Ma. Another thing, she texted me at 2 a.m. I sent her some pictures of Frankie Blue, and she replied at 2 a.m. And I was like, I know I'm up to pee for the fourth time tonight, but why are you up, mother? Took her around West Sac. This is Drake's the Barn. This is Sutter Health Park, where the A's are going to play for 2 years. And she saw Homeless Jesus's van. Oh yeah, it was a blockbuster Hollywood celebrity star bus tour. And then I was like, Mom, where do you want to go? I want to show you more West Sac, because I talked to her a lot about West Sac. Where would you like to go? She said, take me to Lennox's Vietnamese friend's house. And I said, alrighty. Next up on the tour, Lincoln Wynn's house. And we drove by it, and she looked at it, and yeah, local celebrity Lincoln Wynn, adding that to the West Sacramento Celebrity Star Tour. Grandma Tien met Frankie. She's not a huge fan of cats. She hates cats. Okay, she doesn't hate cats. She hates cats. But Frankie came out, was hung out for a little bit, and my mom said he's handsome. I was like, oh yeah. Frankie not as affectionate as he is with Liz Fisher, but it was nice. It was a meeting of the minds. It was a nice detente between Frankie Blue, our terrified weirdo cat, and Grandma Tien. Another thing, when we took a picture, she didn't like herself in the picture, and so she's like, I cop it, and I was like, what? She said, I cop it. It turns out she was trying to say crop, and I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna crop it, you're not gonna cop it. But I thought it was cute and adorable and funny. My mom mispronouncing crop. End of the weekend, she got to see me in my element, in my home that she paid for. But just as a family man, head of household, sitting at the front of the table. And I think it went well. I saw a lot of houses. I drove over 170 miles over 2 days. It was a lot of driving, but anything for Grandma Tien. And Sunday evening came, and Carolyn and I drank boxed wine, and just wiped our foreheads, breathed a sigh of relief that the weekend went off without a hitch. Another thing about Teho, this South Sac Vietnamese place, it was hot. Like, a lot of these restaurants, it's 104 degrees outside in Sacramento, and you walk in, and it's 108 degrees inside. It's like, what the hell? How about you kick on the AC, or get better AC? And I feel bad. Like, I can't enjoy food when I'm super hot. I'm a chunky boy. My parents are old. We need AC. And then I feel bad for the employees. How are they not passing out left and right? That was and their Vietnamese fish sauce, they don't mess around. They give it to you in a pitcher, and it looks like iced tea. It's that size pitcher. And I appreciate that, because a lot of places will give you a little bowl of fish sauce, and you run through it halfway through your entree, and you're like, waiter, waitress, can I get more fish sauce? But they don't screw around. They give you a full pitcher. You can pour it to your heart's content. It's like IHOP, how they give you a carafe of coffee, and you don't have to keep going, waitress, waiter, I need more coffee. Okay, well, I think that's it. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace out. Oh yeah, a few more things. So Carolyn got this like chocolate cheesecake sampler. It had 4 slices of a chocolate cheesecake in a little box from Walmart. Great value brand. And it was fine, but I'm a cheesecake lover, But you throw chocolate in there, why are you trying to tamp down the cheesecake? Give me 100% cheesecake. And chocolate I can get anywhere. So you're just lessening the cheesecakeness, which is the whole reason I'm in this game in the first place. So I'm not a fan of chocolate cheesecake. These I was not a fan of. I don't need no chocolate on my cheesecake. Just give me straight up cheesecake. And you want to throw some strawberries on top or some strawberry glaze or red sauce or something. I can get behind that. Man, just the top. Just the top. And then she also bought a Dutch Crunch apple pie from the Walmart bakery brand, Freshness Guaranteed. Worst name ever, but that's the name of their generic off-brand in-house Walmart bakery stuff. $6 and it was good. And coming from like Nugget, Liz Fisher once brought over apple pie. She bought a Nugget for $26. Dude, this was $6 and it was mad bus. And I was like, this is super good, way better than it should be. It was very enjoyable. So don't sleep on the Freshness Guaranteed. Again, worst marketing name ever. But that's the Walmart in-house brand. And then Carolyn got a birthday cake flavored ice cream, a little pint. I didn't like it, but she was raving about it. To me, birthday cake flavor is not a flavor. It just tastes sweet. If you want to throw like some gargantuan chunks of white cake in there, I'm all about that life. But I never understood the birthday cake flavor. It's a step below vanilla, in my opinion. And my mom, being a fan of Frankie Blue Nicholas now I'm sending her pictures, and she's responding, "Hello, Frankie." So I have someone other than Lennox, Luna, and Carolyn to send pictures of Frankie Blue Nicholas to. Alrighty, that's it. See ya. Bye-bye.